It's Thursday, it's Roger's Day, and we've got James Taylor on the turntable, the gentleman looking at the exhibition. We've had a coffee and we're going to have a bacon sarnie, so all is well with the world. It's a good Patti Smith track that you didn't know. This is Roger's putting on now. I've just been over to the cafe. Took about half an hour to get a bacon sarnie, but there we are. It's 20 to 11. All is still well with the world. We had a very interesting gentleman in here about half an hour ago who, what was he, Roger? He was an artist and he... Lawrence Parmenter.
Painted.
Quite well connected, and sold a lot of paintings, or did a lot of paintings for George Harrison. So he's the most famous man or woman so far today.
I should have whipped out my concert from Bangladesh, but I was too slow for that.
That was a bit poor there, Rog. So we'll let you know if anybody more famous arrives. We're expecting Paul Weller to turn up shortly, and possibly Andy Warhol. Yeah, sorry, that's Andy Warhol. Hole as in holes. It all just kicked off there. We're sitting here listening to a bit of, what was it, Rog? Wishbone Ash, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Wishbone Ash. Pink Floyd. No, we were listening to something nice. Doors. And then all these people arrived. And it was manic. So it's now 11:25, and sandwiches have been eaten, and we're getting into the day, really. Just had quite a few people in. Very exciting. And I'm still waiting for Andy Warhol. Okay, we've got a quiet moment, so it's now 11:45. We've got horselips on the turntable. Roger's gone out chatting for business, and I thought it might be a bit boring, but there's just so much to do. Surely one of the greatest blues voices of the 70s. Okay, we've got a bit of a lull. It's lunchtime. 1:40. We have sandwiches and fruits, and we're having our lunch. How do you think it's going so far, Rog? Are you pleased with your show?
I'm delighted, Rog. Especially the quality of the guest DJs.
Especially Thursday's guest DJ, Rog.
Yeah, Roger.
And what's been the highlight for you for the show so far of all the things that have happened?
I think the smoke machine at 6 o'clock. There's a bit of Hawkwind and Masters of the Universe. And then lots of people running over to say my band's on fire.
And what about you guests, Roger, or the people who've come to see you? What about that? What's been the best experience in talking to people?
Well, I like the families who argue amongst each other which track they should play off Led Zeppelin 1. I've also loved seeing some of the people I've been at college with in the past. A few retired Deloitte partners. And of course Charles Sargent, but that's another story.
So Rog, as we've still got a bit of a lull, tell us the Charles Sargent story. What actually happened?
Do I have to?
Yeah. This is for posterity.
All right, posterity. Well, it was 11:10 on Monday morning, and I was here with William, my middle son, who was my guest DJ for the day, and we saw Charles Sargent walk past the mobile library across the playground into one of the buildings. So I panicked and chased after him and waited for him to come out of the building, introduced myself to him because I used to audit his art collection in the 80s. We knew Charles Perring very well, who was his right-hand man. and I asked him if he would, if he had time, whether he'd come and see my installation, and he said, well, he was going to see the rest of the show, but he was saving me till last, which sounded like he had a scout had come beforehand.
You don't think that was a fib, polite fib? It was the truth.
It was definitely the truth. I can spot the truth, being an auditor. And then 5 minutes later, so Will and I totally panicked about what music we should be playing for a settled on Steely Dan's Showbiz Kids. He then came in 5 minutes later and we had a long chat about him giving his collection to the nation. Weirdly, I had his advert from the end of the 70s that got Margaret Thatcher into power, Labour isn't working, so we had a nice chat about that. And he then said, as he left, it's fantastic, it's a special piece of work, well done, thanks very much. And he walked out, and then Will and I said, did he really say that? So we quickly typed it out, so we had a record of it, and I've been on cloud nine ever since.
So do you feel now that if you do sort of ever do something completely different from art, in a way you've reached the high point of your 3 years here with having Mr. Sargey come in and giving you the rubber stamp?
Well, I was going to say that it doesn't get any better than that, but I've heard such nice comments from other people, from friends and just people I don't know, that the whole thing has been amazing, really. Yeah.
Right. 7 minutes past 2, we almost had a disaster. These old typewriters have a carriage that moves, and the carriage on mine, as I was typing a note to Rog, was moving inexorably towards the turntable. Unfortunately, Rog intercepted it in time. A close call. Yeah, we just had a bit of a flurry. It's 5 to 3, and I'm fucking knackered, and I'm just wondering what time the cocktails are coming. So it's Bob Seeger at the moment, and I'm typing away here still, and it's all going well, really. Quite a few visitors, and yeah, Andy Warhol turned up, but not much to him, really. There you go, you're on.
Yeah.
How's it been today?
It's been okay. So I've just done a performance.
Hang on, time check, 3:15 p.m.
I've just done a performance. One person came.
No, sorry. Shouldn't say that.
Perfect.
Hello everybody, it's 4:15 and we are fading fast, but Roger's put some Frank Zappa on to, I don't really know what fucking purpose it could serve really, but anyway, we're having a proggy session at the moment, and we soldier on. I'm off to the Tate to go and see Phyllis Barlow or whatever her name is. I'll be back soon, okay? Don't go away. All back. Rod's got off to buy some gin, which is fantastic. It's 5:30, so I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So it's probably time for a gimlet, or a gimlet. And yeah, all is very well with the world, and will be even weller with the world when we've had a gimlet. So I'm just waiting on Roger to come back and listen to the Stranglers. Sad. Obviously this is big baby. Loud! Okay, we're back. Boys are back in town. That'll be coming on later. It's 6:35, going strong. We've had our first gimlet, and another is about to follow. We still haven't had any status quo or who's the other one? Thin Lizzy, which will be remedied shortly. But in the meantime, as we've got gimlets on the go, we thought we'd liven up a bit, particularly as there's nobody around except us. With this, turntable, we'd be programming, because as it is on the turntable, it'll fall off. Okay, this is possibly the most iconic moment of the entire exhibition. We've got Hawkwind. What's the track called, Rog?
Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. We've got the smoke machine going.